This week on 49ers Sac-Hi Sports, the non-league football schedule is winding down and we have the highlights. We'll show you Kimball taking on Escalon, Chavez meeting Wood, and the Holy Bowl with Christian Brothers and Jesuit.
Volleyball matchups include St. Francis and Davis, water polo featuring Jesuit and St. Mary's, plus the story of how the wildfires have affected the lives of these El Dorado football players. 49ers Sac-Hi Sports starts right now.
Welcome to 49ers Sac-Hi Sports. I'm Aubrey Tolliver.
And I'm Robert Brownstein. We're kicking things off with a big rivalry game in South Sacramento. The first ever Holy Bowl was played in 1969 between Christian Brothers and Jesuit. And this week, the Holy Bowl turns 50.
Now, in case you're doing the math at home, the game was canceled in the game was canceled in 1977 and 78, so the game played Saturday really does make 50. Jesuit historically is dominated, but Christian Brothers is 2-0 this season and looking good. It's the golden anniversary of the Holy Bowl played at Sac City Saturday night. Here come the Falcons in front of a crowd of about 8,000. Christian Brothers and Jesuit in Holy Bowl 50. Opening Brothers drive, nowhere for the Falcons to go when Kai Wallen goes rushing in. And here comes the Marauder offense. The quarterback is Preston Vukovic. Preston keeps it himself, makes his way up the sideline for a 36-yard scamper, and Jesuit goes on top 7-0. On the next Marauder drive, Vukovic this time hands it off to Kai Santos, and he has room to run after shaking off a defender. Kai goes 85 yards to pay dirt. The Marauders start off strong on offense, 14-0. The Jesuit defense also making big moves. This is Jackson Hagopian for the pick, and Jackson Hagopian in for 6. 21-0 the score, and we're only 10 minutes in. On the ensuing kickoff, Avanti Lee on the return. He finds some room, a big pickup for the Falcons. But the Jesuit D puts a stop to the drive as we pick it up in the second quarter. Jagger Shaddix and Cameron Dunbar are in there for the sack. This one was never in doubt. Vukovic rolls right, turns and throws to Kai Santos for the catch. The ball pops out, but Alejandro Rojas, the kicker, picks up the ball and his teammate and scores. Jesuit wins the Holy Bowl 44-0 behind a strong defensive showing.
Brian Mueller saying hello from Vacaville Friday night, where 1-2 Cesar Chavez made the trip northwest to face 2-1 Will C. Wood High. Scoreless in the first, Krishna Clay with the flyby strip. Anthony Ortiz falls on it, and it's Wildcat ball, which they eventually put into the end zone. Donnell Butler with the short TD run. PAT was no good, so it's 6-0. Second quarter now, Wood with the ball again. Baxter and Tilford to Christopher Butters, who does not have butterfingers. He hauls this in for a 52-yard score, and it's 13-0. Later in the quarter, the Titans trying to turn this thing around, but instead, the Wildcats get a turnover. It's Tilford pulling double duty on defense with the pick, but Wood couldn't turn it into points. Strike up the band for the second half, and the Wildcats pick up right where they left off. Jared Ford with the interception, and he will motor into the end zone, 19-0. But Chavez responds. Dion Mao going deep for Ryan Hooks. Titans are in the red zone, but the Wildcat D is up to the challenge again. They force 7 turnovers in the game, and here's another one. Lance Treat recovers the fumble, and once again, the Wildcats take advantage. Now, Tilford has a TD pass, a pick. Why not a TD run? 27-0 midway through the third. He had 221 yards of total offense. It's 40-0 now. Chavez trying to break up the shutout. Mao to Raiden Como, and the Titans are on the board. But back come the Cats in the fourth behind the running of Manny Delatorre. Nearly reaches the end zone on this run, and he'd eventually finish the job to make it 46-6, and that is the final. Tilford did it all for Wood with a passing, rushing, and fumble return TD.
The Lathrop Trojans getting set to take on the visiting Pacheco Panthers Wednesday night. First set, Gracie Gonzalez receives it, then Abigail Picas sets up Olivia Hernandez, and that one's not coming back. Point Pacheco. Then it's Cameron Cortinez with a nice block on the outside. The Panthers up early in this one thanks to some great defense. Nowhere for the Trojans to go when Essence Walker is at the net. Pacheco takes the first set 25-17. On to set 2, Panthers serving, Alaba Olale receives it, Camila De La Garza quick sets it to Lanisha Ellis, and she's got hops. Second set belongs to the Trojans as Thrasili Akoba, De La Garza, and Olale combine for the point, 24-26 to score in set 2, and here is set point. Azul Maldonado, the diving dig, De La Garza sets up Olale, and Alaba gets high and finds open court. Tied at a set apiece, Akoba, De La Garza, Sydney Hanks. Hanks would finish the night with 8 kills. On Pacheco's side, Essence Walker finishes with a team-high 10, but it's Olale who leads them all with 12 as Maldonado and De La Garza feed Alaba on the outside. Lathrop wins the set and goes on to win the match in 4. The block from Haley Grant is perfect. Lathrop beats Pacheco in 4 sets. De La Garza, the setter, with 27 assists.
I'm Mark Willis, and it was a hot one. Over 100 degrees in Roseville as the Timberwolves took on the Blue Devils, and these guys are lucky to be in the water. No look here as the Blue Devils' Christian Davis dumps it to Dennis Feinberg, who turns and tosses it in. It's now 4-0 when Brennan Fushland reaches back and knocks it home. Davis looking very strong early on. Wood Creek will cut the Blue Devils lead in half. Jackson Carter to Caden Rattan, and he shoots it in. Second quarter, we jump to an 8-2 lead by the Davis Blue Devils as Ryan Mayer scores here. Third period now, and Davis still attacking. Feinberg to Ryan Pfeiffer, and check out this shot with 2 guys on him. Pfeiffer flips it to himself and then smacks the ball into the net, all with one hand. What? Then the Blue Devils on the break as Juan Ramirez with a nice leading pass to Alex Cordon, who shows a lot of patience, rises up, and when it's the perfect moment, he tosses it in. Wood Creek's Jackson Carter passes to Cade Rattan, who looks to be falling down, or he gets vertical with the water and skips it in. Rattan had all 5 of the T-Wolves goals. Davis was impressive on their first game of the season as Bo Brown scores here. Devils 17-5 winners. Pfeiffer had 4 goals for Davis. Rattan had 5 for Wood Creek.
Time now for the Players of the Week. Our first Player of the Week is Tyler Tremaine from Folsom Football. Tyler dominated the Pittsburgh secondary, completing 22 passes, racking up 388 yards. That's an average of nearly 18 yards a completion. Tremaine throwing 5 touchdowns in the Bulldogs' 38-17 win over Pittsburgh.
He is really good. Our second Player of the Week is Morgan Collier from the Lincoln girls volleyball team. The Oregon-bound senior had 27 kills in the Fighting Zebras' 3-set victory over Pleasant Grove. Tyler Tremaine and Morgan Collier, this week's Players of the Week.
Stanford Healthcare brings us important tips so athletes can perform at their very best.
Here's 49ers team physician Dr. Tim McAdams with this week's Stanford Health Tip.
Even though the anterior cruciate ligament, or ACL, of the knee gets the most attention, MCL, or medial collateral ligament, are much more common injuries and can lead to significant impairment if not treated properly. The MCL protects the knee against valgus stress, in which the lower leg goes outward from the thigh. MCL tears can be graded 1 to 3, with 3 being the most severe. The MCL is outside the knee capsule and has excellent healing potential. Almost all isolated MCL injuries heal well with rest and bracing, and surgery is reserved for only the most severe injuries.
Coming up, our first Sun Power electric game, Capital Christian meets Rockland.
And then at St. Mary's and Jesuit, meeting in the pool for some big-time boys water polo when 49ers Sac-Hi Sports returns.
The team approach that Stanford Healthcare took with my diagnosis was really the reason why I'm able to be where I am today.
Jeremy's condition was very unique in that he had a genetic hereditary variant called Nail-Patella syndrome. With Jeremy coming from pretty far away, we really wanted to keep tabs on his recuperation. Video visits really allows us to engage with the patient and then explore treatment options.
Moving forward, I've been able to engage in sports in a way that I've never been able to engage before.
At Tracy Toyota, we're not just devoted to selling cars. We're committed to our community. We're donating $100,000 to help local organizations in Tracy. We call it Champions Thanking Heroes. We also donated to the Toyota U.S. Paralympic Fund to support and empower these extraordinary athletes. Check out our great lineup of new Toyotas. Our certified used cars come with a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty. Shop in person or at tracytoyota.com. Tracy Toyota, with you all the way.
We are back at the NBC Sports studio here at Levi's Stadium. The matchup between Capital Christian and Rockland was originally scheduled for week 2, but the game was canceled because of smoke. Luckily, the teams had the same bye week, so here we are.
Good thing, because this is a must-see battle. It's Capital Christian and Rockland for our first Sun Power Electric game, and our Parker Ream was there.
Electric game.
Parker Ream coming at you from Capital Christian High School as the Cougars get set to take on Rockland. And the Thunder have been thundering all season long, at least for these past 2 weeks. They put up 110 points on offense and only given up 8 points to opposing offenses. Expect to see this offense thundering under quarterback Kenny Luth. But on the other side, this is by far the hardest test they've faced all season. Capital Christian hung with San Jose powerhouse Valley Christian last week, but the Warriors pulled away in the fourth quarter as the Cougars weren't able to secure the win. The Cougars, led by top quarterback Anthony Garcia, will look to sneak that win at home against another quality team. You know the deal. It's Rockland versus Capital Christian in this week's Sun Power Electric game. Capital Christian looking to get back on track, but it would be a tough task on Friday night. First quarter we go, Rockland on offense. This could be the play of the week. Kenny Luth drops back, fires a dart to Nathan Kenton. He looks to have the catch, but where did it go? That's because it's between his legs. What a catch. I don't know if I could do that if somebody threw me a ball like that. The Cougar defense held strong on the first possession. We go to the second possession when the Thunder started wheeling and dealing. Luth to Elias Mulligan. Doesn't need a mulligan for that one. Into the end zone, 7-0 Rockland. Next drive, play action. That opens up the field for the Luth to Kyron Bell connection, and it's a special one. I don't know if it's a bell, but there's something ringing, and it's the house phone, a house call, 15-0 after the 2-point conversion. But Capital Christian would respond. 22-0 at this point. They need an answer, and Anthony Garcia gives them one. Kanye Clark pulls it down under the flashing lights. Look at that juke. Ye says, sit on down. He is gone. The 68-yard touchdown gets the Cougars on the board. And you know the saying, when it thunders, it pours. Wait, no, that's not right. Never mind. You get the gist. Anthony Johnston punches it in right here. Take a drink, young fella. You deserved it. Punches it in right here, 29-7. They just really would not let up on Friday night. Under 3 minutes we go. The Thunder were rolling. Luth drops back. Plenty of time, courtesy of that O-line. And another perfect ball to Mulligan again. He's looking behind him, but he was all alone in the end zone. 36-7 at that point. Last drive for Rockland in the first half. Why not? Number 21 gets another one. Johnston makes a man miss right here. And then the stiff arm gets him into the end zone. Rockland took a 43-7 lead into the half, but the Cougars held their own defensively in the second half, not allowing a single point. A great play by Kyron Bell, this time on defense, a two-way player for Capital Christian. Nice interception right there, but it was just too late as Rockland moves to 3-0. Kenny, can you guys ever be stopped?
We'll just have to wait and see, but we're a close group of guys, and I think we can run the table.
The Jesuit Marauders talking shop as they get ready to face a tough St. Mary's team. Jesuit jumps out to an early 3-0 lead with Logan McLaughlin's shot from 5 meters out. 3-1 Jesuit after one. The Rams answer back in the second quarter. Joe Bettini shoots from far and the shot lands. Then 30 seconds later, Nate Rasmussen leads Charlie Donlin to the net. Donlin's bounce pass ties this game up at 3. Jesuit on the attack. Ethan Smith passes to Keegan Moore. Moore battling with the defender before firing one off. And with a minute and a half left to play, Moore scores once more with a one-timer from Dante Nichetti. It's a 7-5 Marauder lead at the halfway point. Rams facing a 4-goal deficit. Ethan Bohe passes to Andrew Donlin, who gets the long shot to go. St. Mary's would score 5 unanswered goals to tie it up. Rasmussen to Ryan Richmond. We are tied at 9, and the Rams take their first lead of the night. 30 seconds later, Charlie Donlin. Yes, it's 10-9 Rams. Next Marauder possession. How Keegan Moore gets this shot off, I have no idea, but we're tied at 10. Just under 2 minutes to play. Ryan Kress sees Chuck Gawley. He finds open net through a pack of Rams. 11-10 Jesuit, and at the 22-second mark, the Marauders plunge the dagger as Nickety scores the 12th Jesuit goal. 12-10 the final in Sacramento. Jesuit goes to 2-1 on the season.
Parker Ream coming to you from Oak Ridge High School Saturday for the opening round of the Christine Craft Memorial Tournament. Oak Ridge taking on Presentation. Natalie Wong gets the beautiful set to the outside right here, which leaves the door wide open for Tulasi Nalori, who gets the kill just past the outstretched arms right there. But Oak Ridge was hot right out of the gates, up 16-4. Natalie Kafescu with the dig, a nice and easy set for Mackenzie Dawden, which paves the way for Abby Hoiberg right there, placing it perfectly in the corner. They keep it going, still in the first. Hoiberg again, this time with the block. Kafescu on the receiving end here. Dawden to Raina Hoppy down the line for the kill. Back-to-back solid points for Oak Ridge. Olivia Medina serving now, nicely placed on the left side. Presentation, try to present this spike, but Natalie is back under it. Mackenzie with the set once more. She started the point, and she finished it. Olivia Medina with the kill. Oak Ridge takes the first set, 25-8. Second set we go. Panthers trying to reset. They get off to a fast start. Trojans trying to track it down. Jocelyn Posley with the set, and what a play! A no-look tap over the net right there. So nice, you needed to see it twice. Where it needed to be by Natalie Wong. Gets the point for Presentation. They try to keep it going. Piper Montgomery tries to tap it over lightly, but Oak Ridge wasn't fooled. Abigail Reynolds gets the dig. Paige Flagg with the bump, and Madison Walker with the kill. It would be all Trojans from that point. This was the dagger, the combination that worked so well all night long. Kafescu to Dawden to the outside for the kill, courtesy of Emily Child, as Oak Ridge gets the win over Presentation, 2-0.
Coming up, you'll meet this week's inspirational athletes from El Dorado High School.
But first, take a look at our girls volleyball top 10 poll.
Every day, the sun comes up. And right on cue, the work begins. We start every morning, knowing full well we're in it for the long haul. Our work is a labor of love. No task too small, no moment uncherished. And although we're not often thanked, we rest knowing that our work is making a brighter future. This is more than milk.
Right now, my electrical bill is about $10 a month.
This is definitely one of the best investments we did in our house.
All over the country, people are taking control over their electric bills by going solar with SunPower. We offer the most efficient, durable panels on the market, so you can see a return on your investment every month.
I was paying $220 a month. Now I pay about $22 a month.
Right now, 49ers faithful get a $1,000 Visa reward card from SunPower. Go online today.
49ers Sac-Hi Sports is brought to you by these fine companies who care about high school sports. By Stanford Healthcare, #1 in Northern California for orthopedics. And by SunPower, proud sponsor of the San Francisco 49ers.
Right now we feature a great matchup in the southern part of the section. The Edison Vikings are 3-0 to start the season and feature senior tight end and defensive end Devin Thompson. The 6'6" senior is playing his first season of high school football and is immediately finding himself on the radar of college scouts with offers even from Pac-12 schools.
Must be nice.
1 year.
Yeah, 1 year. Edison taking on a team from Fresno. The Grizzlies from Central High School are 2-0 and are led by senior linebacker Marcus Ramirez, who is averaging 9 tackles a game on defense. It's Central taking on Edison Friday night.
Mark Willis out in Stockton as a very talented Central team from Fresno came up to take on the Vikings of Edison. First quarter, Central would strike first as Josiah Lindsay gets to the edge and finds his way into the end zone from 6 yards out. Defense is a big part of the game as Edison's Nikian Jackson, Devon Gaines, and Christopher Holland all met up for the quarterback and got the sack. Then it was Central's turn to flex the defensive muscle as Elijah Lindsay and Jeremiah Shelton share the sack for the Grizzlies. Central on the move, but check out the athletic play by Caleb Gibbs, who gets up and picks off the pass, and he's on the move. Down the field he goes and into Grizzlies territory. The Vikings would head to half, trailing 7-0. Third quarter, Edison would get on the board, and it comes off the foot of Amaron Ashley, who boots a 27-yard field goal, 7-3 Grizz. The Vikings D made it pretty hard to get a long drive together. This time, Darwin Short gets up and makes a leaping interception, and he's going to make a run for it. Go! He ends up getting caught in Grizzly territory. That pick would lead to this. Edison's quarterback, Tyron Breckenridge, rolls to his left and sees a wide open Caleb Gibbs, who reaches for the goal line, and he's in. Vikings lead at 10-7. Central on the move, but look out as Marcus Ramirez breaks free from the line, and he comes flying in for the sack. Central does have enough as Darwin Melger boots this 19-yard field goal. That ties the game up at 10. Edison's drive stalls, so Central back on the move. And when Josiah Lindsay smacks his way inside the 10-yard line, the Grizzlies are looking good. Same drive. This time they give it to Amarion Gaines-Smith. Rumbles his way up the field and into the end zone. Central leads it 17-10. As time winding down, Breckenridge swings it out to Freandrian Dotsey, who heads up field, sees the defense collapse on him. Dotsey reverses field and goes the other way, though the Grizzlies defense was there to make the stop, and the dishes are done, man. Central wins a tough physical battle, 17-10.
Every week, we bring you stories of inspirational athletes overcoming the odds.
Among the thousands of people affected by the Calder fire, more than a dozen El Dorado football players were forced to evacuate. Brian Mueller explains how the football field became a home away from home for some of those Cougars.
Football is a chaotic game. But for Jacob Bell, there's always been a calm within the chaos.
I've always loved it. I always loved being able to come out here, because I have a lot of siblings, and I'm the youngest, so I always got picked on a lot by them, and it was nice to just be able to come out here and get away from everything and just be in the moment.
For Jacob and many of his teammates, getting away from everything has become necessary. 3 weeks ago, more than half the team evacuated their homes due to the Caldor fire.
I got up to go to school, and my mom told me I gotta go get gas now in the car, we gotta leave.
My mom woke me up telling us that we had to evacuate.
About 19, 20 years of things in this house from my family, and we got a small portion of all of our stuff.
Quick thinking of what's your most valuable possessions are. It's stressful. I had to grab as much as I could, get in the car and everything, and pretty much just find a place to live.
After evacuating their homes in Pollock Pines, Jacob and Evan have both been living with family members. Senior Chase Nutting spent a week down in the trenches fighting the fire, protecting the family ranch alongside his parents.
There would be some points where there would be 50+ hours of no sleep, and then a couple hours of sleep here and there. A lot of emotions, I guess. Just scared, sadness, but just you want to have that physical strength to get through every day or every second, and just trying to protect your home and all the other homes around it.
As the flames moved forward across their town, the team tried to focus on school and sports, but the concern for their homes was constant.
It's always on the back of your mind. You try not to sit there and look at your phone all the time, but it's hard not to. If you just sit and think of all the memories and all the things that you still have there, it's really hard to focus on anything else.
In the middle of the evacuation, football has been their escape, finding a home between the lines on common ground with teammates.
I don't know what I would do if I couldn't get out here and let out the frustration and the stress.
Everybody's going through the same thing, and we're all here for each other, and that's why going to practice, it makes it better, because you're going through the same motions with everybody, because everybody's going through them. It just makes it so much easier knowing like someone's by your side.
The community has also been by the Cougars' side, donating food and supplies, and all the brave firefighters putting their lives on the line. But for this El Dorado football team, this isn't just a story of surviving, but also thriving. Between poor air quality and the evacuations, the team has been limited some weeks to only going through walkthroughs, other weeks 1-hour practices. Despite all that, the Cougars won their first 2 games of the season by a combined score of 81-6.
It really shows that we know what we want this year, and we're not going to let anything in the way of it.
They're just tough. They bounce back. They deal with stuff like I probably couldn't even deal with it, how they deal with it, to be honest with you.
In fact, it's the adversity this fire has created that is fueling this El Dorado team.
100% it's brought us closer. This year I feel like I'm closest to this team than I've ever been, through all these years of football. Because never in my, history playing football have we experienced something of this magnitude together.
It's a closeness that the Cougars hope will bring them something else they've never experienced before, a state championship.
Depending on if, my house is still standing at the end of the year, to have that championship, it's gonna feel great either way.
Win on three, 1, 2, 3, win!
Reporting in Placerville, Brian Mueller, 49ers Sac-Hi Sports.
Thank you, Brian. The players started moving back into their homes last week as the Calder fire reached about 50% containment. We are very glad everyone is safe and the team can now focus on school and winning ball games.
Yeah, we see all that smoke, but we don't see the people that it really affects.
Yes.
So good to see that they're coming back. Coming up, Kimball meets Escalon for our game of the week.
But first, check out this week's Spirit Corner featuring the cheer squad from Merced High School.
Many have failed. The 49ers got the livest fans in the NFL. I tried to tell them we back and we never left and we got heart. Levi Stadium starting to feel like Candlestick Park. Bang, bang, Niner gang. Niner gang. Bang, bang, Niner gang. Niner gang. Bang, bang, Niner gang. We got next. We ready to flex. We're ready to rock. Headed to the top. We got next. Can't settle for less. I'ma need your best. So give it all you got.
Kennedy Schoenauer makes space with 4 defenders around her and fires from 31 yards out and hits it perfectly.
Can't settle for less. I'ma need your best. So give it all you got. We got next. Number 1, numero uno. Front page in the news. Yeah, now you know. For the win, blood, sweat, tears in the gym. Harder than the rest.
Welcome back to 49ers Sac-Hi Sports. We continue tonight with a big matchup between Kimball and Escalon. The Kimball Tigers are off to a hot start, opening up the season with 2 wins. Senior quarterback Nicholas Coronado throwing for over 700 yards in those first 2 games.
Yeah, Nick is really quick, and he's hard to bring down.
Nick
runs
is
around.
quick.
Nick is quick. We'll keep that. Nick's a good friend of the show, but the Escalon Cougars are 3-0 to start the season with a solid ground game coming from junior running back Logan Anderson. It's Kimball and Escalon meeting up in our game of the week. Aubrey was there.
Tracy area sports coverage is presented by Tracy Toyota off Freeway 205 in Tracy, with you all the way. The Escalon Cougars hunting for blood in the game of the week, hosting the Kimball Jaguars. Kimball scores first 5 minutes in. Nicholas Coronado from 15 yards out connects with Mason Rivera. Extra point no good. It's 6-0 Jags. Start of the second quarter, same score. Escalon's Donovan Rosavink rolling to his left, looking for his receiver. It's a dime to Jameen Miller, a 45-yard pickup for the Cougars, who are now in the red zone, but the Kimball defense comes up with the stop on 4th down. Zachary Lechak and a pack of Jags take down the Cougar. And here comes Kimball's offense. Coronado to Willie Clifton. Willie breaks the plane, avoiding the camera woman. Thank goodness. Touchdown Jags. It's 12-0 as the half winds down. Rosavink heaves it to the end zone. Logan Anderson is on the receiving end of that pass, a 26-yard touchdown to make it a 5-point game, but Kimball scores 2 more times before the end of the half. Coronado to Mason Rivera, a 45-yard catch and run. Kimball just coming up with the big plays. It's a 26-14 Jaguar lead at the half. Escalon facing 3rd and long, needs a big play here. The pass is intercepted by Travis Mariero at the Jaguars' 43-yard line, and Travis takes it back the other way. A couple of great blocks from Lechak and Dylan Anderson and friends. Mariero makes his way to the end zone for the pick 6. Kimball never takes its foot off the gas. Coronado to Sebastian Tate. That's touchdown number 5 for Coronado. 2 for Sebastian. 56-14. Kimball wins it. Let's meet those rowdy Jaguars. And here they are, the Kimball Jags. How do you guys feel about that win? we're talking to QB1. This is Nicholas Coronado. Nick, we talked to you week 1 after your win against Tracy. Tell me about this team, what you've kind of learned since then, and what's really been keeping you guys strong.
We just play as a unit. You know, we believe in each other day in and day out. We go to practice competing against each other. Willie, Travis, Mason, my lineman, starts with the line. So without them, can't do anything. So, you know, just believing in each other, coming together as a unit since week 1. We were a unit week 1, but, you know, it's early on, so we didn't really know our mistakes. We made some mistakes. We came back, fixed them. And this game, you know, we came into this game saying we're going to ruin homecoming. So I think that mission was accomplished. So.
Willie Clifton, both sides of the ball, you dominated. Congratulations on that. Talk about this defense. You did hold a very well-scoring team to just 14 points. Talk about this defensive effort.
The practice game planning was perfect. We went over everything they did. We got all their film, went over it, and then I traveled 13 everywhere he went and had to lock him down. I did what I had to do.
All right. Now, we know the talent on this field. Talk about Travis, this team, and kind of the heart behind it. What really drives you guys?
Yeah, so at the beginning of the season, we all had whys, and from there, we just carry them out, and every time we step on the field, we have that why in our heart, and we just play for it. Couldn't ask for more of this team, you know, from summer all the way to now. We're coming for it all.
Nice. All right. These are the Jaguars. Guys, take us out.
Let's go, Jaguar break. It's on you, Nick.
Jags on me, Jags on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Jags!
And the Flames from Lodi came blazing into Folsom High School on Wednesday night. I'm Mark Willis reporting. Folsom jumps out to a quick 4-1 lead when Rachel Muatlazo bumps it to Grace Gilbranson to Eliza Hakes. Lodi answers back with a smash of their own. Emma Streeter to Grace Collier to Isabella Batagala. The lefty gets up and smacks it down for the kill. Muatlazo to Gilbranson with a quick set to Emma Gitsham, who drills it just inside the back row. Bulldogs take the first set. Second set, Folsom stays hot. Katie Richardson keeps it alive. Gilbranson, the back row set to Hakes, who knows what to do with that. Now it's set point for the Bulldogs. Addison Demers to Gilbranson to Eliza Hakes. Coach says Hakes has many colleges after right now. Folsom leads 2-0. Third set, Lodi not going down without a fight and looking to stretch the match out. Collier says to Juliana Hammer, who does just that inside the line. Folsom will answer back as Hakes to Gilbranson to Mia Gitsham. Boom! Gilbranson was busy collecting 28 assists on the night. Hakes to Kelly Wong to Abigail Seasbury, and that's going to do it as the Bulldogs defeat the Flames in 3 tough sets. Hakes led Folsom with 16 kills, and Eamon for Lodi had 12.
Coming up, Vacaville traveling east to take on Granite Bay.
Then it's Golden Sierra and El Dorado on the volleyball court. 49ers, Sac-Hi Sports will be right back. Granite Bay lost a heartbreaker last week against Jesuit. The team looking to bounce back as the Grizzlies take on a very strong Vacaville team.
Vacaville also looking to rebound after a close loss to the 2019 state champions Cardinal Newman. Granite Bay taking on Vacaville Friday night.
Nick Pecoraro in Granite Bay Friday as the Grizzlies welcome the Vacaville Bulldogs. Both teams looking for bounce-back wins this week. First quarter, GB's CJ Herring starts a big night with this run setting up a short score. Grizzlies go up 7-0, and then quarterback Noah Mitchum. Noah puts a little arc on this pass. He hits Josh Koibion in stride for a 41-yard touchdown. Grizzlies got 14-9 at the half. Third quarter, Vacaville QB Ryan Vaughn trying to keep his team close. He hits Timothy Plowman at midfield, and then Vaughn, rolling right, decides to keep it for himself, and that's a good decision. He picks up 20 big yards right here to put the Bulldogs in field goal position. Ariel Till hit 3 field goals in the first half for Vacaville, but the Grizzlies get a hand on this one. Where's Dikembe Mutombo when you need him? No, not in my house. Dominic Swartz picks up a nice return on the play, and more Granite Bay defense. Vacaville looking middle again, but this time it's Kevin McIntosh is there for the pick. Grizzlies get the ball back. That gives Noah Mitchum another chance to show off his dance moves, evading traffic right here as he dumps it off to Herring, who says, I got some moves of my own. Herring had 120 all-purpose yards Friday. Now to the closing seconds. Granite Bay trying to grind down the clock, needing to pick up a yard for the first down. It's close, but they needed to break out the sticks. Granite Bay thinks they've got it, and the referee makes it official. Granite Bay would take the victory knee and get back into the win column ahead of SFL play next week. Noah Mitchum, how did the Grizzlies bounce back from such a tough loss last week?
The most impressive part was just the energy. I think a lot of last week had to do with some energy problems. The team just kind of felt down. The energy didn't feel as high, and this week we really worked on that in practice, and we brought it out to the field, whether that be on the sideline or in the huddle or anywhere on the field. I think that helped us a lot tonight.
Luke Galindo here reporting from Antelope High School, where they're hosting the River City Raiders, and boy, Antelope sure brought the energy to this one. River City has the first possession of the game, and this pass is broken up and intercepted by number 17, Deshaun Love, who takes it to the 20-yard line, giving his team a great opportunity to score. After the turnover, Bateman hands it off to Borders, who has a wide-open lane, and he has an easy touchdown to put his team ahead early. 7-0 Titans. Titans with the ball again, and this time Bateman throws to Brandon Cedar, who runs past his defender, and there is no one there to catch him. He scores. 14-0 Titans. River City looking for an answer, but Brandon Cehall is there to pick it off. That's right, he plays defense too. Number 6 brings it back for a pick 6. How about that? An offensive and a defensive touchdown for Brandon. Titans back on offense. Josiah Bateman hands the ball to Borders, who runs past his defender and scores his second touchdown. But that's not all he's going to get. He takes the ball in the backfield, spins and shakes defenders off him for yet another touchdown. Titans offense dominating this game. Josiah Bateman decides to give Borders a break and drops a dime right into Cedar Hall's hands for a touchdown. 3 touchdowns for him too. This Titans offense was really showing off. Deshaun Else takes the snap, rolls out of the pocket, and races to the end zone to make this game 56-0. River City looking to get on the board. Diego Gonzalez scrambles and throws a bomb downfield on the run, which meets Jesse Nelson in stride. He gets taken down to the 20-yard line. Diego looking to finish this drive off. He throws on the run again to hit Nelson again, but this time it's in the end zone to put the Raiders on the board. Final score, Titans 56, Raiders 7.
Brian Mueller here again out in El Dorado for some girls volleyball, where the Cougars were hosting Golden Sierra Tuesday night. El Dorado hasn't been able to practice in a week due to the Caldor fire and COVID, but no matter, they came out strong. Isabella Perea hits the deck for the dig, and Jayla Summers with a little change-up on the kill. El Dorado with the early lead in the first set. Later in the first, Taylor Davenport digs it, and Summers sets it up for Lacey Fraley, and she takes care of the rest. Cougars up 8-2. The Grizzlies trying to claw their way back in the set. Rebecca Reed places this perfectly to bring Golden Sierra within 6, but the Cougars counter. Summers digs it, and Sasha Holy finds a hole in the defense, and El Dorado takes the first set 25-14. Golden Sierra trying to regroup. Rachel Reed with a terrific dig for the Grizzlies, but after Eve Harms sets it, Eliza Pressgrave buries it. Cougars up early on in the set. Rebecca Reed helping her Grizzlies stay in this one, comes up with a block. It's 19-14 Cougars, but El Dorado would not let the Grizz gain much ground. A little give and go here. Madison Gonzalez gets the dig. Summers sets it, and Gonzalez back for the kill. Cougars win the second set 25-17. To the third now, there's Pressgrave again, this time with the big block. She also had a game-high 8 kills. El Dorado cruising in the third set. Summers yet another set, this time to Davenport. The Cougars take the third set 25-11 and win the match 3-0. They are now 3-0 on the year.
Mark Willis back out in Roseville, where the Lady Blue Devils took on the Timberwolves of Wood Creek. Davis and the Whitecaps on the break. Michaela Wright to Kenzie Walker, who goes back to Wright, making it look so easy out there. 2-0 Davis. Davis on the move again. Walker this time kicks out to Isabel Mraz, who shoots it just off the fingers and in for the goal. Davis would take a 5-0 lead here when Lindsay Taylor passes to Walker, and she puts it in. It's now 9-0 when Lindsay Taylor tracks down the pass. You can't leave her wide open like that. Taylor, a very good one, as she will be attending Indiana next fall on a water polo scholarship. But Wood Creek has grit as Angelina Nadora passes to Haley Hensley, who just squeaks it in the corner. More from the Timberwolves as Sophia Pays with a nice leading pass to Riley Eves, who gets it and takes off. The speedy swimmer gets free and is able to bounce the shot under the goalie and in. Wood Creek down 6. Davis answers back in the third. Kyla Cutler gets it to Taylor, who reaches back inside the 2-meter zone and scores it. Then Taylor, the team captain, kind of took over in the third quarter. Watch what I mean as her teammate takes the shot. It's a nice save by the goalie, but Taylor does not give up. The senior comes in and steals the ball, then tosses it in the net. Devils looking really strong on this night as they win 13-7.
Each week we present the Scholar Athlete Award.
This week's Scholar Athlete goes to Emily Van Groningen from Ripon Christian. The Knights outside hitter sports a 3.7 GPA and will play volleyball at UOP next year. Coming up, it's Central Catholic and San Ramon Valley in our second SunPower Electric game.
Then we have some G5 girls volleyball action with Sacramento Adventists at Victory Christian. 49ers Sac-Hi Sports will be back in a moment.
At Tracy Toyota, we're not just devoted to selling cars. We're committed to our community. We're donating $100,000 to help local organizations in Tracy. We call it Champions Thanking Heroes. We also donated to the Toyota U.S. Paralympic Fund to support and empower these extraordinary athletes. Check out our great lineup of new Toyotas. Our certified used cars come with a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty. Shop in person or at tracytoyota.com. Tracy Toyota, with you all the way.
Welcome back to 49ers Sac-Hi Sports. The Central Catholic Raiders start off the season 2-0 and are set to face a North Coast section team for Game 3.
San Ramon Valley very impressive in their opening win last week, taking the 60-mile trip from Danville over to Modesto to meet up with the Raiders. Our Brian Mueller breaks down the interleague matchup in our SunPower Electric game.
Electric game.
Heading south down 99 for our SunPower Electric game, a matchup between two unbeaten teams, 1-0 San Ramon Valley visiting 2-0 Central Catholic in Modesto, and the Raiders feature a fierce running attack led by one of the greatest nicknames I've ever heard of for a running back, Aiden Ponyboy Taylor. Ponyboy has galloped for 200 yards this year, including 131 yards and 4 touchdowns in a win last week against St. Mary's, but that rushing attack will be tested by a tough SRVD. Case in point, senior Tyler Hoffman, who's coming off a 5-sack game against Bishop O'Dowd. First ever meeting between these two teams for our SunPower Electric game. The Wolves would jump out to the early lead. Jack Quigley throws a strike to Caden Ridley. It's a 54-yard score, and SRV leads 5 minutes in. But the Raider D would settle down later in the quarter. They do a good job of containing Quigley in the backfield. Romeo Atiki and Tiago Armstrong both there for the sack. Central Catholic gets on the board late in the second. Tyler Wentworth rolls out, way out, and slings it to Sebastian Guzman, who makes a great catch in the end zone. We are tied at 7. The Wolves trying to break that tie right before the half, about 10 seconds left. Nolan Crosdale gets all up in this pass, and they give him the interception after both guys lay claim to it, and we are tied at 7 at the half, much to the delight of Raider Nation. Third quarter now, Tyler Jackledge looking like former Oakland Raider Marshawn Lynch on this run. He has just entered beast mode. Jumps, stiff arms, cutbacks. Jackledge has it all on this run, and he has just enough to get in the end zone. What a play. Central Catholic takes a 14-7 lead. Later in the quarter, what can't this guy do? This time Jackledge, using his arm, throws a nice ball to Crosdale, who is just shy of the end zone. But not to worry, time to saddle up. Ponyboy takes it from here, 21-7 Raiders. SRV would cut the lead to 7 in the fourth, and they get the ball back late in the game, under 30 seconds to go. 4th and 9 from the Central Catholic 25. Quigley tries to get a pass off, but Jericho Machado gets to him before he can, and that would do it. The Raiders pick up an impressive 21-14 win. They are now 3-0.
We're always getting doubted. St. Mary's last week, people said we were going to lose. We came out and we beat them. And this week too, I was hearing people say we're going to lose. Oh, it's Central Catholic. They're playing a big school. Well, we're a little school, but we got a big team, and I think we're going to go a long way.
Out to Carmichael where hey boys, get off the iPad. There's a game to watch between Sacramento Adventist and Victory Christian. Sacramento Adventist in the black jerseys as Sophia Berger serves it too hot to handle, turns it into a free ball. Edith Overton controlling the net, gets it and scores the point. Victory Christian's Ella Chapman bumps it to Abby Scott, who gets it to Esther Richardson, whose no-look bump scores the point. Sac Adventist would take the first set as Violet Blum sets it to Haley Holden, to Sophie Berger, too hot to handle, too cold to hold. Caps up and is in control. In the second set, Victory Christian battling. Chapman to Emma Dunca to Abby Scott, who rides the rails with the ball. It drops for the point. Caps would take the second set as Saray Nicasito to Berger, who gets it to Overton, and her shot goes past the defense. Caps looking good. Third set now. Susanna Sunderlack to Scott to Richardson, who scores it from inside the back line. Then Sacramento Adventist Sophia Berger wildly tracks down the ball and gets it over to Haley Holden, who fakes the set for the point. The Capitals were too much for victory on this night. Violet Blum gets it to Berger, who sets it to Carice Kim, who finds the open land for the score. Perfect placement just inside the line as the Caps from Sacramento Adventist picks up its first win of the season in 3 straight sets.
Remember, all of the game footage we shoot is available for purchase on our website. Go to 49ersachisports.com and we will send it to you digitally.
Follow us on social media for lots of fun and exciting content. Our Instagram story is a great way to keep updated with scores, news, and much more. 49ers.Sac-Hi is our handle on Instagram and Twitter.
Coming up, it's Ponderosa and Burbank meeting on the football field.
Then it's Capital Christian and Vista Del Lago on the volleyball court. You're watching 49ers Sac-Hi Sports. We are back at Levi Stadium, home of the San Francisco 49ers, with our next matchup taking place in Sacramento. The Ponderosa Bruins won their only game of the season so far with a 7-point win over a good Del Campo team.
The Bruins are set to take on Burbank under the Friday night lights. Burbank looking for its first win after a couple of losses to very good teams. It's Ponderosa and Burbank Friday night.
Sam Berg reporting here as the Ponderosa Bruins are taking on the Burbank Titans on Friday night. Starting out here in the first quarter where Gavin Smith takes the handoff from Ryan Hart as he takes it all the way down the sideline to the 2-yard line for the Bruins' first down. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Smith takes a handoff straight up the middle for the touchdown. The Bruins would lead 7-0 after the first quarter. On to the second quarter now, and the Bruins are threatening again. This time Hart shows off the cannon and would connect with Cam Gott for their second touchdown of the night. The Bruins would extend their lead to 13-0, and Gott is pumped with fist bumps and claps for his teammates to go along with it. The Bruins defense was looking to get in on the action. The quarterback would fumble the snap, and Blake Russell would knock it out of bounds for the safety. The Bruins are just not letting up as they increase their lead. But the Titans fans still got their enthusiasm intact as they're trying to breathe some life into their boys. And it works like a charm. Jamon Worlds takes a snap and fires a deep pass downfield to Quadir Chateau, and he takes it all the way to the 11-yard line for the easy first down, which would set up Worlds to just keep it himself as he runs it straight into the end zone, no problem at all. As the Titans get their first touchdown of the night, and after the failed 2-point conversion, the score would be 15-6 going into halftime. But the Bruins defense was not having it one bit. The punt would be blocked by Joaquin Sanchez, and Jacob Hunt pounces on the loose ball. The Bruins would take advantage of their great field position as Hart fires a quick pass over the middle to James Weiss for the Bruins' third touchdown of the night. The extra point was good as Ponderosa would take the dub on Friday. The Bruins increased their record to 2-0 on the season as they win with a final score of 22-6.
Welcome to the Nest. Parker Reen coming to you from Vista Del Lago, and the Eagles were flying high on Tuesday night. First set action, 4-2, Vista Del Lago leads. Addie Kanigeiser serving, and a nicely placed ace is right where it needs to be, 5-2. Neela Piper serving, nice serve for Capital Christian, but an even better dig by Caitlin Cassidy to Morgan Morrison to Paulina Harris with the kill. She was unstoppable. We stay in the first, up 13-4. Nice dig by Alexis Biagietti. The set to the outside by Kaya Fanshear, and Morgan Morrison delivering that kill. She was a one-woman wrecking crew Tuesday night. Morrison serving now. Sometimes you need a little bit of that luck, or was that skill? I don't know. Morrison would say otherwise, but she wasn't done. Off the net again Ava Calcano with the dig, Morrison with the set, and Kanageiser with the kill. She sends it home as the Eagles take the first set 25-5. Second set we go. Calcano with the serve. Grace Rialifi on the receiving end to Kayla Brenisen, and Chelsea Anyanwu has an opportunity, but Fanshear says not in the nest. Eagles take the second set 25-4. In the third, Capital Christian trying to get something going. The captain Brenisen with the killer serve for the ace, but the Eagles overpowered the Cougars on Tuesday night. Lila Hewitt throws it up, sends it in. A good get by Juliana Villanueva, but then Paulina Harris sends it into the corner for the kill as Vista Del Lago moves to 7-1, winning this one 3-0.
Nick Pecoraro with some Wednesday night Delta League volleyball action between Davis and St. Francis. First set we go, it's junior middle Sofia Garza hammering one home to get St. Francis going. And then Carly Padilla with a nice up to Zoe Hopkins, who sets Mila Stojakovic. If that name sounds familiar, it's because she's the daughter of Sacramento Kings legend Peja Stojakovic, who was on hand to watch his baby girl Wednesday. We see you, Peja. And just like her daddy, Mila is a sniper. Then, on set point, Padilla gets Caroline Foraker for the winner. Trubies take the first set 25-9. But the Blue Devils try to gain some steam in the second set as Kate Nelson puts one right over the top of the block. And then it's McKenna Fix with the dig, Nicole Risch with the set, and Lena Sundin with the kill. Davis gets within 4. But St. Francis would pull away as Foraker says, "You shall not pass!" Sweet Caroline gets the big defensive play there and follows it with another set point kill to give the Trubies the second set 25-19. Davis looking for one last push as McKenna Fix goes into her bag of tricks to keep the Blue Devils within striking distance. But St. Francis would again pull away. Carly Padilla, who sang the national anthem before the game, gets the cross-court dime to Stojakovic for one of her game-high 12 kills. And then Padilla gets one of her game-high 36 assists, this time to Sofia Garza. St. Francis gets the sweep. Padilla had a double-double and talked about a potential playoff run for the Trubies.
It was great to get back out there. I feel like the team's been working really hard in the preseason, and it was just great to go out and show up and play together as a team.
Coming up, the play of the week. It could be this play, maybe not, so you'll just have to stick around to find out.
But first, take a look at our football top 10 poll.
Time now for the play of the week.
First off, we will count down the contenders and then award the play we thought was best of the best in the play of the week.
We start off at St. Francis, where Carly Padilla, the cross-court pass to Mila Stojakovic for the kill. How about Rockland's Nathan Kent using all of his body to make the catch, legs included? And how about Ryan Pfeiffer Davis, the polo player, spins, flips, and smacks it in with the right hand? But the play of the week goes to Central Catholic's Tyler Jacklich, who goes beast mode on SRV. Could he go? Get off me, yo! He could go all the way, maybe. Fights his way into the end zone. Yes, he does. And that's the play of the week.
That's the play of the week, and that is 49ers Sac-Hi Sports for this week. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Aubrey Tolliver.
And I'm Robert Braunstein. Be sure to watch us next week when we bring you the story of the autistic football player from Edison High School and how he is thriving on the football field. We'll see you then.